Uh, okay. Hey, good morning. Good evening, everyone. So, welcome to CloudShine and Oracle Fusion Integration Cloud online training. It's going to be day one of the training today. And today we'll discuss on the few things like introduction to cloud, difference between SaaS, PaaS, IaaS and all, and then the course content overview. Right? Mainly we'll walk through what all we are going to cover in the entire course. First thing, introduction to cloud. Okay. Even before that, let's get a small introduction. So, myself, RS, uh, I'm a certified Oracle Cloud Associate, like holding several Oracle certifications in multiple Oracle domain technologies. Right, overall 11 plus years of experience, and uh, yeah, I have done several end-to-end integrations, not just with the SaaS, not just PaaS, not just SaaS, like multiple things, end-to-end implementations and kind of use cases that I've done. And even in the training as well, I have delivered training to the multiple batches at CloudShare. And so, yeah, let's get a brief introduction from yourself, folks. Like maybe your experience, like what you're looking for mainly in the course. Like, so, those kind of things. The two will get started here.
Yeah, hi Aris. My name is
Hi.
Dattatreya. You can call me Dattu. I'm working in TCS and I have 3 years of experience in Oracle applications. But recently we have moved from RTL to cloud, and this is beginning for me. So I need to learn more about OIC. That is the reason I have joined CloudShine. And this is me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, great, great. It's a right place for OAC. Nitin?
Hi, good morning everyone. So I have 3 years of experience. So mainly I am working on Oracle SOA and OIC a bit I have worked, but like the main issue which I was facing while is switching from this current companies, like OIC was whenever it was OIC part interview, then it was fine. But the company's expectation was they are looking for someone who is having knowledge of OIC with VBCS, with Fusion and all that thing. So this is the
Hmm.
main reason I joined this course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, great. Yeah, we have, I mean, our major topic is OIC and VBCS, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Fusion Technical. So
Yeah.
we'll cover the things also.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
great. Uh, Thanks, Nitin. Revati?
Yeah, hi, I'm Revati. I'm working in TCS with 7 plus years of experience in Oracle domain, Oracle Finance, and I want to upskill myself in technical, especially in OIC. Yeah, so
Okay,
that is the reason I have joined this course. Yeah.
okay, great, great. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, Shiva?
Hi, Aris.
Hey,
My name
hi.
is Shiva. So I have around 5 plus years of experience in IT. I'm currently working with Mastercard as a DevOps engineer. So I mostly worked on premise. So I want to move into the cloud. So I have founded this OIC tool through one of my friends. So I just wanted to explore this and try new technology to move to the new
Okay,
technology.
sure, sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a trending technology right now and most used tool. So yeah, you're in the right place.
Thank you.
Nice, good to know everyone. Thanks for introduction.
Yeah, will it be
So
more theoretical or more practical, Aris? Like, I mean,
no, no. In the very initial sessions where we are discussing foundations, I mean the basic foundational level, then
Mhm.
it will be like this, like a PPT based and all, and then after a week or so, There is nothing theoretical, everything practical will be doing hands-on. I mean, you will get all the instances and you know, use case based things will do. Yeah, maybe I'll cover the course content based on that you can understand
Yeah,
how we'll
mostly
be doing,
like it,
Yeah.
it will be helpful if we make this assignments also like in real time perspective. So it will be easy for
Yeah,
us
yeah.
to the interviews as well.
Yes, yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. That's
Great inputs. Yeah. Okay. Any questions anybody would like to ask before we start? Sattu, Nitin, Shiva, Revati.
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me start. If no questions, then oh yeah, what our course covers on a high level, right? So first thing, OIC, Oracle Integration Cloud, right? And earlier it used to be called like Integration Cloud Service, ICS or OIC. Whenever you hear both the things, it refers to the same. So we'll cover OIC and then Oracle Fusion technical part, uh, not a functional thing, but a technical thing that is required. Right? And then some advanced live integrations that we'll do with the SaaS automation. I mean, we'll also talk about the SaaS Fusion and all of them. Right? And then the related technology, we'll learn VBCS. Again, VBCS as well in depth, like what all things that is required for building a complete VBCS application. Right? All of them we'll see. So yeah, this training is mainly targeted at technical professionals looking for project experience in developing integrations, custom solutions, migrating and deploying their cloud solutions. So that's the main goal and what we got. So moving on, our first topic, which is introduction to cloud. Right. At the basic level, we want to first understand like what is cloud, how this has evolved, and then what is Fusion, right? And then what is OIC, right? And then we'll move forward. So first thing, what is cloud, right? So any, I mean, you guys might already hear these things at multiple times, right? What is cloud? Any inputs from you guys? What do you think is a cloud? Yes, what is on-premise? What is cloud? What's the difference? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead, Revati.
Yeah, actually, cloud is a common data center that will be used across multiple organizations. Say, example, the data center will be installed in particular regions and it will be commonly
Hmm.
used. Okay, so whereas on-premise is nothing but the server will be in the particular organization where they have to invest
Hmm.
separately in the servers, web servers to run the applications.
Great. Yeah, nicely said. Yeah, that's exactly. Uh, Shiva, you want to share something?
yeah, like it's a computing that we can use over the internet. I would say. I mean the storage, uh, networking, and software. Like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. Yeah, nicely said. Uh, any other inputs from anyone else? Okay, no problem. So yeah, as you guys rightly said, so earlier days, right? It used to be on premise. Like if we are new company, right? We used to procure everything and maintain on our own premises. Like starting from networking, storage, servers, virtualization, everything we used to manage. But and then there came a shift to the cloud where we don't have to manage everything. We'll take those things from a common data centers. So yeah, what happens is so in the olden days, it's like more than 10 years ago, like that. So whenever a new company has come in and there is some business that they are doing and they want to provide some solution, right? Maybe they want to host some website or for their backend operations, they want to have an IT solution. Right, not everyone maintain everything physically on their books and all, right? So there is there has been this move already. Everyone is managing their business in terms of softwares. So then earlier days, what used to happen? So for, let's say they want to plan for these kind of solutions, any IT solution, right? Any website or any backend or any kind of thing. So they have to first order all these servers, from there'll be different vendors. Like for database, they'll order from Oracle, and for servers, for other web servers or application server, there will be different vendors that provides it. They'll have to first order them, and yeah, that will get several weeks or months to be delivered. And yeah, once they get delivered, right, they will have to set up them. They'll have to install and set up them, and that too on their own company premises, and that too, they have to take care of all these power backup, security, and operations. Like someone has to set up and install them, and as well as maintain them regularly. And at the same time, once it is set up, they have to take care of networking part. Again, they have to buy the network bandwidth. It needs to be a lot of bandwidth, right? Not just limited one. So in order to be highly available, they need to again buy the network equipment and link those with the internet. And that's how they establish a connection to their on-premise server with the networking, I mean with the internet. And then they also have to develop all these applications that are required. They have to write a code, they have to test, they have to deploy, they have to develop. No, it takes years for building this entire solution. And the major overhead here is the cost, right? Since we are procuring everything by ourselves, it becomes a cost for us. And since we had to maintain and operate them, it becomes a risk for us, right? So, I mean, we are a new company that planning to provide some solution. So yeah, that's how it will be. So earlier days, like we used to manage everything. So like starting from storage, where the data gets stored, to the servers, to networking, not to virtualization. So only once we virtualize, it will be able to, we can access them in from any other system, right? So and then installing operating system, middleware, runtime, data, and applications that are required. That we have to own and we have to develop, and we are responsible for all these things. And then what happened? This Amazon came, right? They already have their own infrastructure for their company. Right? They have built data centers in lots of locations. And what they have thought is maybe looks like they have excessive infrastructure as well. Here, infrastructure, I mean nothing but these basic things like the basic storage. I mean, whatever the major cost it's taking is these things, right? The basic storage, the networking, the servers, the virtualization. The procurement and installing them is a very difficult part, right? So again, whenever anyone builds any data center, right, that needs to be readily accessible as well. Since any solution that we are building needs to be highly available, right, 24/7. So any issue comes, right? Anything fails, anybody from anywhere in the world should be able to readily come and service it. So yeah, most of the time, most of the companies, will build data centers very near to the airports and all. Right, like that, everything we used to, I mean, we had to take care. It becomes a lot of overhead to maintain all of them. Yeah, and then this Amazon, what they have done is, since they have their infrastructure, they have came up with AWS, Amazon Web Service, and whatever infrastructure they are having as excessive, they are renting. They are kind of renting it to the external world. So any company can use their infrastructure and pay for what they use. Right? And similarly, not just Amazon, there are other cloud providers also has come in slowly, like Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Right? All these things were also came. So one thing is common for all any cloud provider you take, be it Amazon, be it Microsoft, be it Google, be it Oracle, or there are some other cloud providers as well. It's all common thing, right? So they provide their infrastructure and we pay for what we use. These will vary, like what are the different applications that they are providing, right? And what is the pricing, different pricing that they are doing. Those things will vary, but the basic underlying concepts will remain the same, right? So that's what on-premise, everything we used to take care, and on the cloud, all these things we used to call it as cloud only. Based on whatever layer that we are taking. If we are only taking the basic infrastructure, we call it infrastructure as a service. If they are only giving the platform to build something, we call it platform as a service. If they are directly giving us the software, the entire software that is required for us, we call it software as a service. Right? It will be like this. So on-premise and cloud. So in the cloud, based on what we choose, or what they are providing, basically what we manage and what the cloud provider manages. Right? There are the different things. So again, as the name suggests, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, it's nothing but IaaS means only infrastructure, the basic infrastructure like storage, servers, networking, and virtualization we provided. And since it's virtualized, it can be accessible from any other place on the internet. Right? By using VPNs and all, we'll be able to route and connect to the specific system. Right? An example is any database server you take. Right? We can only take the basic infrastructure that's required. Like any virtual machine you take, it will be similar thing, the basic infrastructure, and on top of that, what OS we want, and what middleware and what runtime we want to use, and what data we are hosting on it, and what are the applications that runs inside it. All of these things we are responsible for it. Right? Similarly, database server, like basic setup, basic hardware we get from them, hardware and the virtualization we get from them. And on top of that, we'll install whatever database we want, like Microsoft SQL Server or Oracle database, any kind of DB. That's one example. And similarly, platform as a service. If we take these OIC or VBCS, these kind of things itself, OIC, it's a platform to develop integrations. Similarly, VBCS, it's a platform to build visual applications. So along with basic infrastructure, they are building some platform and giving us, to develop something on top of that platform, to develop some applications and to maintain our own data. Like they are building they are giving us a platform to build integrations with several inbuilt capabilities, so using which we will create our integration applications and data. And then software as a service. Right. So here everything is given by the cloud provider only. Let's say we're a new company and we want some solution to manage our financial data or to manage our human capital data or to manage our supply chain related data, right? So there are different applications for each of these purposes. So let's take financial management we want to do for our company. So the entire application or entire software is already built by someone, built by the cloud provider. They're just sharing the application to us. So we can only customize minimum things. I mean, in the SaaS, whenever you see the customization will be very limited. Here, customization, I mean the default pages, the database, the look and feel, right? All those things. If you want to change apart from whatever is provided in the software, that's what we call it as customization. So whenever we talk about SaaS, it will be limited customization. Only a few things we will be able to change, like maybe the company logo you can change. And yeah, few other things. We'll discuss those in detail later. Yeah, but it will be like this. Like, software as a service. Like even if you take our Oracle Fusion Cloud, right? We call that as SaaS. So everything is provided. Everything is managed by the cloud provider only. We don't need to worry about the downtime. We don't need to worry about the updates. We don't need to worry about the maintenance. Nothing. We just subscribe and we just use it. That's all. Yeah, that's a major difference. So on-premise and cloud. In cloud, different layers. Like for a database kind of solutions, we'll take IaaS. So for a OIC or VBCS kind of solutions, it will go under PaaS. Right? For Oracle Fusion Cloud or any software as a service, it will come under SaaS. So short summary. So any questions, any doubts in this? Anybody? Any questions? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay, great. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, yeah, it's a detailed thing in the IaaS, right? So consumer is nothing but us, like whoever is consuming the services, and provider or partner, the cloud provider. In case of IaaS, uh, the cloud partner gives us the basic details like servers, OS, and virtual machines. And the consumer is responsible for preparing web applications or database servers, right? And provisioning database and the end applications and deploying the application and configuring load balancers and managing the virtual machine and database applications. Right. So we just get the underlying infrastructure and all the database application, the front end, back end, middle layer, everything we need to build. And we need to take care of deployment and everything. That's what it is. Yeah, PaaS is like the provider, the cloud provider gives us the bottom layer and middle layer, like the basic infrastructure plus certain runtime they'll give. On top of that, we'll create the applications and data and we'll deploy them. SaaS is nothing but the cloud provider gives us the all the layers. They will give the bottom layer, they will give the middleware layer. They will host the applications as well. The infrastructure, the runtime, and the applications. And the consumer, we just use it. So whatever is given for us, we just use it over the internet, right? Simply using the browsers. We are provided with login credentials to the software that they are already hosting. So this offers limited customization. Yeah, this is one thing. So in e-business suite and all, right, you can download the entire forms. You can customize the entire page. You can customize the entire database. Right? You can customize the whole thing in and out. because that is on-premise and you have full control over it. Whereas software as a service, right? It's like a single software application that's being shared to the multiple customers, right? So here it will be very, very much limited. It will be limited customization. There will be some customization, but limited to some extent. So, yeah, some question. Okay. Is there some question, Revati?
Yes, Saras. So Oracle Fusion is
Okay.
from in which part of cloud? Is it in PaaS or SaaS?
SaaS.
SaaS. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you will understand more. That's our next topic.
Okay.
So, okay. So yeah, what is Oracle Fusion application? Now that we have learned how the cloud era has evolved and what are the different foundational concepts of the cloud and shift from on-premise to cloud and evolution of the cloud and different concepts, then moving towards our path, right? Our Oracle Fusion path. What is Oracle Fusion application? Right? How this has evolved? What's the basics of it? So yeah, it represents the amalgamation of the best of the functionalities from multiple product lines. E-business suite, PeopleSoft, Cyber Analytics, JD Edwards. Like there are multiple product lines. Right? The best functionalities from multiple product lines. They are reconciled through a common business process model and delivered in a single data model and built and developed on a native standard middleware technology. And that also includes embedded analytics content. It's not just a next release, it's a new age of integrated applications. Okay, I'll talk about why they have said not just a next release. So what happened is, I mean, Oracle has a cloud has come in little late into the market, but yeah, it was evolving. And over the course of time, it has acquired multiple companies, right? Like multiple products, we can say a business would PeopleSoft, Sable, Analytics, the JD Edwards. These are all actually individually different startups or different companies that have built these applications, and Oracle has acquired them and selling them with the Oracle brand name. So they have taken the best functionalities in each of these domains, each of the product lines, and they have fused together those best functionalities and they have developed something using their own framework. So Fusion middleware is a framework in which anyone can develop the complete applications, right? Complete web application, complete backend. It's a framework that any developer can use as well. So similarly, I mean, it's available for external world as well. So similarly, even Oracle has used the same framework and developed Oracle Fusion applications. And then they deployed it on the cloud. So along with that, it also provides analytical capabilities like a reporting, not just internal business process for a company, right? At the end of the day, we want to report something to our higher managements, right? How it's going, how the business is going, and what are some key metrics that we see this week or this month, like that kind of things. Right? So for doing that one, we also had analytics. So that's what Fusion is. So it's basically the best functionalities from multiple product lines combined or fused together into a single common application. And yeah, I'll show you like what are all the different functional domain that it covers. So it's a very vast thing. So if we talk about this, right, in the Fusion application, everything is grouped into different business units, different business domains that we'll have, that we'll see. And then there will be a concept of reference data sharing. Not data from one module can be shared to other modules. and all entire data will be hierarchical in structures, like a parent-child kind of relationship will be there, like order line, and line inside the line, right? And like that, every data will be like a hierarchical data. I mean, we'll see some of those, but like a parent-child kind of relationship will be there in each and every module that we take. And then there is concept of these effective dates. Like so there is some asset. Let's say we are managing some asset, some company's assets using this fusion. So at any point of time, using this effective date, we can mark it like there will be some concept of end date and start date. Right? Using those, the system will understand if the asset is active or not, or its life is out of date. Even be it managing our laptops, be managing our hardware infrastructures, everything. But like that, there will be concept of effective dates, and yeah, everything will be modular as well. I mean, we'll see how many different modules will be there. Everything will be modular. Like in any business unit or in any business domain that you take, there will be different modules that anyone can use. Right? We'll see in detail later. So that's on this, and yeah, as we discussed, it's all built on Fusion middleware framework. So that framework is responsible for all the web services and the security and the IDE in which this Fusion is developed. And on top of that, we have the analytics as well, right? The dashboards, the reporting thing that we discussed, the higher management reporting. It will create some dashboard and we can share to management so that whenever they want any metrics, they can simply open the dashboard and access that. And some embedded analytics capability. If you want to embed these things, these analytics in any other application, you can do that. Similarly, some planning applications capability. Right, like this, these are all the different functionalities that Oracle Fusion have. And that's how the Oracle Fusion has been developed initially. Right, and then yeah, let's see different Fusion application offerings. So yeah, as we discussed, like Oracle is little late into the market, but yeah, even then, I mean, it first came up with CRM and then the HCM and then the ERP. So whenever you hear ERP, right, you might not see that here, but it's like a combination of all these SCM, financial management, procurement. So combination of all these three things will be called as ERP, enterprise resource planning. For planning the entire resources of any enterprise, we need these basic things. So first thing to manage the inventory and all, we need supply chain. I mean, even before that, to procure something, we want procurement module. And then to manage all the finance, we have this financial management. Right. These are all the different functional domains that Oracle Fusion offers. Right. Financial management, human capital management, supply chain, project portfolio management, procurement, CRM. Right? We can, I mean, if our company wants everything, right, we can choose entire Fusion application suite. Or if we want just one kind of solution, if we only want financial management solution, we can only subscribe for this one. Like that, we can, whatever we want, we can use and we can pay for what we use. Right? So it will be like that. So yeah, again, if I want to go in depth, again, this CRM is nothing but the customer relationship management, right? Like how any company is maintaining relations with other with external world, like with other companies. Right? So in this, there will be different modules, like to manage the customer master data. What are all the different customers of an enterprise? And to manage the sales and marketing. Right? They have to inject the sales and marketing to the customers, and some incentive compensations and mobile and Outlook kind of integration. So these apps can be accessed anywhere since it's customer facing. So most of the customer facing agents will be traveling to them and all right. So they'll need support not just on desktop device but on multiple devices. So it have the integration. Then the territory and quota management kind of things. So these are all the different modules that we see in the CRM. Similarly, if you take HCM, it's for human capital management. So for managing the human capital within a company. So what is human capital? It's nothing but you and me, like we are employees in a company, right? We are like a human capital for an enterprise. So, to manage like our year-end appraisals or to manage our payroll systems, to manage our performance and goals related things. All these things will come under HCM. Like we have different other modules like global HR, life cycle, workforce life cycle management and benefits, different benefits that company provides, and compensation related things, talent review and performance and goal management, and global payroll, networking for internal networking of a company. And if you want any solution for all these things, then we go for HCM. Similarly, financial management, all the financial related things like general ledger, our day-to-day recording of transactions and what accounts payable, account receivable, like what we pay, what we want to pay, what we want to receive from others. It's like different modules here. Similarly, supply chain to manage the supply chain of any company. Like any company you take, like any manufacturer, let's say some car manufacturing company, if you take, and they'll first manufacture and then they'll maintain, they'll stock it in some warehouses. We call it inventory. And again, they will plan their warehouses such that it should be accessible across the world, right? If they, I mean, wherever their sales are. So at any point of time, like there needs to be enough stock at all the places for anyone to sell them, right? Like that. So to manage this entire supply chain, like from master data management to the global order promising, to inventory management, to shipping and receiving, and then cost management. To manage all these things, there are different modules that Oracle Fusion provides, and it's all available under supply chain management. Similarly, procurement part, like for receiving raw materials, right, the basic things that we want to procure or we want to source it from someone else. But not everything we can do it by ourselves. I mean, there is also self-service procurement, but most of the time there will be different vendors, different suppliers that's supplying different kind of products and services. Right? So all those things comes under procurement. The suppliers, the contracts, the purchasing, the sourcing, then analysis. Similarly, again, the project portfolio, like if you are an enterprise and you are working on some project in order to manage your portfolio, there is some solution for that as well. Like costing, billing, performance reporting, and to track how it's going, to control it, all these things. Different modules inside PPO. And yeah, anything you take, you see these things in common. KPIs, dashboards, and extensibility framework. KPIs is nothing but key performance indicator. Some common metrics. Right? So, okay, maybe once I log into Fusion, you will see these things. So these are like any module you log in, the first page will be some common metrics and dashboards that you will see. Right. So similarly, I mean, GRC is not a different business domain as is, not a different functional domain, but anything you take, it will be on top of them, like governance and risk compliance. Right. So anything that we are implementing, it needs to be compliant, right? Compliant with the local laws, compliant with the international trade laws, and all of that. Right? To track all those compliance related activities, like financial compliance, transaction control, access control, to manage all these different things, we have a common thing called as GRC, governance and risk compliance. So yeah, these are the different functional offerings that Fusion application provides and different modules inside it. So yeah, any questions in these things like what is Fusion? What are the different offerings?
No.
Okay. Anybody else? Is it clear? Nitin, Shiva, Datu.
Yeah, think we are good to move.
Okay, good. All right, then yeah, that's how cloud era has evolved, and that's how Fusion Cloud has evolved. So again, this all these Fusion applications are on the cloud, right? Uh, Now with the software as a service model. So that's how Fusion has evolved and Fusion Cloud. And next thing, what's the need for integration, right? So we have purchased, let's say, any one domain. Let's say the financial management as a domain from Oracle Fusion, and the company at that point of time might have some other system already. Maybe they have built some in-house application, or let's say they're running some Salesforce module, uh, CRM module, and for customer relationship management solution. The company is using Salesforce related application. And for financial management, the company is using Oracle Fusion application. At any point of time, there will be need to uh, flow the data from one place to other, right? So like customer related data might want to flow from here to CRM to financial management. Similarly, some finance related data like sales, I mean, for all the account payable and account receivable, the sales data might want to come from here to here. Like that, there will be multiple requirements that will be there, for the data to flow from one application to other. Not just in this case, in any, I mean, the software, these entire software services is for that, right? To manage the data flow from one application to other, like whatever the software engineers were doing to manage the data from one place to other. So that's why there will be always the need for integration. Again, any common example you take, there will be a need for these integrations, right? Not just these fusion offerings. Some yeah, let's take these social media things, right? So there is a Facebook, right? That's a different application, just for your understanding or at a basic level. And then there is Instagram. That is again a different application, right? So initially Instagram used to be different. It's not under Meta. And then slowly Meta has bought it. And once it has bought it, so let's take this requirement. They want to show recommendations of friends list from Facebook to the Instagram application. Right? For doing that, they want to compare, any person's friends list among both the applications, right? Both Facebook and Instagram, and then recommend what are missing. Right? Basically, they want to integrate both the systems, and not. I mean, this one requirement I spoken about, but there could be multiple requirements like that. Uh, some feed can come from Facebook to Insta, from Insta to Facebook. Like basically, there will be a requirement to integrate data from one system to other, one application to other application. So yeah, this is a common example. If you observe, right? So just like this, there will be multiple integration scenarios that always arrive in the market. And yeah, there will be always this need for integrations, integrating different systems, different applications. So for doing any integration, what are all the different scenarios? Uh, so we have three options here, either third party development. So again, here for us, right? So Oracle Fusion will be our base application. Oracle Fusion Cloud will be our base application. Any module you take, any module. So this will be our base application, and this one we want to integrate with any third party system. So any external application, we call it as a third party. So one option, we can develop means they can code everything from the scratch, and they can deploy and test everything on the third party client system. So based on our data, they can do the entire development, like how to bring the data, how to push the data, and all of that in a third party clients. Similarly, they can second option, which is they can choose a third party middleware. So third party middleware, I mean, not just OIC is Oracle's own middleware that comes under the third option. Uh, Along with, I mean, there are some competitors to OIC as well, right? So there are some other middlewares as well in the market that anyone can use, like MuleSoft, Delbumi, like that. There are multiple tools. I think MuleSoft is a major competitor, right? So yeah, it is second option where they can use any third-party middleware for developing the entire integration interface. And then comes the third option, which is Oracle's own middleware, which is Oracle Integration Cloud. Right? There are many advantages on why we should choose OIC. Right? And that too, especially with Oracle tools. I mean, these are all Oracle native technologies, right? Whatever Oracle thing you take, Oracle Business Cloud, Oracle DB, and all. So with this Oracle Integration Cloud, we had that advantage. It provides additional capabilities that no other middleware provides. It provides additional options in the adapters, and it provides additional capabilities. And it is some 10 times faster, 6 to 10 times faster than any next middleware, right? Especially with Oracle tools. Right, that's how there are multiple advantages in terms of processing time, in terms of development time, in terms of performance. Yeah, so OIC is always a good tool to go with any kind of integrations. Again, OIC is an integration tool or the middleware tool, we can call it. So that can be used in two ways. Right? That can be used to integrate with the SaaS, which is our Fusion Cloud, which is our base application. We can either use OIC for SaaS, right? Or OIC as a standalone platform. Like even if not including SaaS, right? We have two different applications. Maybe some application that we have built by our own. Any company has built it, like in-house application we call it, and some other application, maybe some Salesforce application, right? Or two different applications built in-house. Those kind of use cases as well, those kind of integrations as well can be solved using OIC. That comes under OIC with ATP. I mean, I'll talk about ATP and all. It's nothing but autonomous transaction processing. It's a kind of DB. So yeah, we can again there are different subscription models for these things. So that's why we have all these things. So OIC with ATP and OIC for SaaS. The major difference is, I mean, we'll see in detail. So yeah, these are the different options in which anyone can develop integrations, either in the third party client system or the third party middleware or OIC. So if you see these things in the option one, the third party development, Oracle Fusion Cloud is one system. Third party system, any other application that they want to integrate with Fusion Cloud. Right. Option one, which is third party development, right? Entire development, like development to call the web service or REST API, development to generate the files and push to Oracle, development to read the file. All these things needs to be developed by third party client system itself. So when you talk about integration, right, there will be two things. One is data flowing outside of Fusion, and one is data coming inside to Fusion. Right? Data, it's bidirectional, right? Data going out of the application or data going into the application. So if the data is going out, we call it outbound. If we are importing the data is coming inside, we call it inbound. Right? As I said, the SaaS will be our main application. Right? So data coming inside to this, we call it inbound. Data going outside of the SaaS, we call it outbound. So any integrations, any kind of integration, we can do it two ways. Right? One is web service based. So there will be standard APIs or web services that Oracle Fusion Cloud has published. So using those web services, we can read the data or we can insert the data. And second option is file-based approach. So if the data is large, right, we'll collect the entire data in a file, in an Excel file or in a CSV file, we'll collect the data. And then we can simply import that data into the SaaS for inbound. Similarly, for outbound, let's say some other third-party system needs to use the Fusion's data. Right? In that case as well, from the Fusion side, they'll develop the extracts and they will place a file. They will output a file to some FTP server. From there, a third-party system can read it. These are the two ways in which we can do the integrations: inbound, outbound, and web service based, file based. Again, in the option one, all these developments to use the web services, to push the file, to read the file, all this development needs to be done in the third party system. Like you are seeing it very clear here. There are two mechanisms for interfacing data with Oracle Cloud for both inbound as well as outbound. Web service based, file based. If we talk about inbound web service, how we can bring data into Oracle Cloud. One is web service based. Third party client system will, in this option one, the third party client system will need to call the Oracle standard web services, either SOAP web service or REST web service. We'll talk about these things as well in detail because those are very much needed for integrations, and those are like a foundational concept for us. So one is a web service based and one is file based, right? Third party will do the development to generate the file in a format as required by Oracle Cloud. And they will push the file to Oracle servers, followed by running some import process to do the import. Similarly, outbound, this is all for inbound, for importing the data into the cloud when we want to extract the data. So Oracle's data, someone else have to use. In that case as well, two things: web service based, file based. In this option one, third party system is responsible for invoking the web service and pulling the data. And then if you are going for file based, Oracle Cloud will generate the files in a mutually agreed format and transfer to the FTP. From there, third party system is responsible to read it from FTP. Will be like this. And then if we go to option two, right, third party middleware. There are some other middlewares as well in the market that we discuss. Like using those middlewares, they can use they can do the interface between one application to other. Right. Again, some development will be required just for enabling the middleware as well. But that will be done in the third-party system. So again, two things in inbound, outbound, web service, file-based. Inbound, data from some other third-party system, we are getting into the Oracle Cloud. Here as well, third-party system is responsible for calling the web service, and third-party system is responsible for preparing a file and uploading to Oracle servers and running the import process. Similarly, outbound as well, third-party middleware will be invoking the web service and getting the data. And yeah,
RS,
go ahead. Yeah.
what is the difference between these two? I mean, what is third-party development and third-party middleware? So, what is the exact difference?
So yeah, here, right, they don't choose any middleware. Like they develop, maybe they'll write some Java code or Python code or any other logic from the scratch. They will need to develop the interface and test and deploy their own interface.
Okay.
Whereas this one, I mean, for these middlewares, right, there won't be major need for the code, right? Even without any programming language, we can do. So
Okay.
yeah, that's a major difference. So everything from the scratch they are doing, and they are choosing some middleware in between to ease the development work.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So those are the different options, and even outbound file-based. Again, Oracle Cloud is responsible for extracting the data and putting in FTP. From there, the middleware has some capabilities to read, to easily read from FTP. If they have to do third-party development, right? They have to develop on how they can connect to FTP, how they can get the files, and all of that. So those are the two options, and comes to our main option, which is OIC, Oracle's own middleware. So there is SaaS, there is third-party system, and there is this OIC that's lying in the middle. So that has different capabilities, like adapter kind of capability, like it's like a plug and play kind of features. Like if we want to use any REST API or so, any web service, REST web service or SOAP web service, anything, we have a ready-made adapter inside OIC, right? We can simply use that, and and we can configure for our instance and all, and we can simply use. Right? Like this, we have different kinds of adapters. So let's say we want to use database. We want to connect to ERP or HCM kind of modules in this adapter, in this I mean, I will also talk about in detail, like what is adapter, what is connection, and all of them. Yeah, but on a high level, right, between two applications, there will be OIC that will be lying in the middle, acting as a middleware for both the sides.
It
Let's
means
take
like,
inbound scenario.
yeah, say
Yeah,
example, if third-party system is like EBS, so to move to
yeah,
function cloud, so you are saying like there are adapters for everything.
yes, exactly. Yeah, whereas if you take any other middleware, right, apart from OIC, so earlier it used to be like this. So they have to first develop their own, they have to first develop their adapters itself, like the middleware layer itself, they have to develop on top of their application. And then once developed, other users of that middleware can be using that. I mean, this is with other middlewares. Yeah, but with OIC, right, all these things comes inbuilt. They're already developed on how they can integrate with EPS, how they can integrate with Salesforce, how they can integrate with any database, right? Like that, different adapters are already built in for integrating with different third parties. So I will show you all these things in a while. So yeah, that's a major advantage of using OIC. So this lies in the middle and has ready-made adapters and can easily stand in middle and in between and helpful in both the use cases, inbound or outbound. So if it is inbound, right, development will be done in OIC, Oracle's middleware or OIC to get the data from third-party system, right? Using any of these things like SOAP or REST or database or FTP or in any other way, Oracle has capabilities to get data from multiple systems. So and then from OIC will call the Oracle's standard REST API, REST or SOAP web services to import the data. Or if it is file based, like uh, file will be generated and pushed into the UCM. And this thing also will need to be done from the OIC side itself to generate the file and push to the UCM. And then followed by running some import process, which will import the data. Similarly, outbound use case as well. Like OIC, I mean, we'll do all these interfacing in the OIC to push the data from to push the data from Oracle Cloud into the third-party system. Data extraction can be done using two ways. Again, one is web service and one is file based. Web service based, OIC will call the Oracle standard web services and pull the data. If it is file based, Oracle Cloud will generate the BIP extracts and generate the extract, and OIC will read the data file using any of the adapters for the processing. So yeah, the control is simple. Like if you're doing the interface from the third party side, it will be either the third party development or third party middleware. If we want to take that control, so we can simply choose OIC because of the advantages that it provides. So yeah, that's on this option. And then there is other one as well, OIC for SaaS. Again, this is also just OIC, but only conditions are there needs to be at least one touch point with the SaaS application, with the Oracle Fusion Cloud application, in any of the integrations that we develop. Right? That's the only condition. So yeah, earlier it used to be these both used to be different kinds of pricing models. Either with the SaaS, there used to be less cost, and if you want to use it as standalone, there will be little more cost, right? Like that. That's why there are these three options. So yeah, every integration must have at least one endpoint in the SaaS. Every VB application must have at least one BO from the SaaS. Similarly, every process PCS application must include at least one business object from the SaaS, like that. So yeah, that's the introduction, guys. Any question on like what is need for integration, or what are the different options in which we can do the integrations? Any question on this topic? Okay. Okay. If not, let me move on to instance, and I will show you what are all the different things. Just a minute, I'll log in. So this is how any service on the internet can be accessed, right? Uh, Either PaaS or SaaS, right? Simply using the browser, we'll be able to log in. Now I am logging into OIC, right? I have got some URL using which I can log in. I enter the URL and then I enter these credentials and I click on sign in. I mean, you will be getting all the instance details. So you can also do hands-on along with me, right? In the future sessions. So now I'll just give a basic demo of how this integration looks. So this is how our integration platform looks like. So we have, I mean, if we click on the menu, I mean, at the home page, like overview, like what are all the, how many has failed, how many were success, just to give an overview. And then some accelerators and recipes concept, we'll discuss this in detail. And then different options here, the projects, the B2B, the observability, the visual builder, like different things. So let's go to design. This is where we'll usually go daily for our day-to-day tasks, right? To design some integrations. So if I go to adapters, right? So here, you see there are some 100 adapters. There are multiple adapters. All are pre-installed by Oracle. Again,
So,
if any, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So, all these adapters are pre-built, right? So we cannot create any new ones by our own, right?
No. Yeah, I'm no, I'm just going to say that. So yeah, these are
Mm.
all pre-installed. If we want to develop any new adapters, there are instructions for that as well. I mean, we have to write the code with the set of instructions that they provide. And yeah, we can also do that. We can also develop our own adapters.
Oh, okay. Like,
That option as well is
do
present.
we,
Yeah.
okay, do we get those scenarios in day-to-day tasks usually? In
No. At least no. We won't get that. So we have the, I mean, we almost for majority of the industry used application, right? We already have all the adapters, right? So
uh,
at least I didn't see any requirement to develop the adapter itself. Yeah, but just
oh,
that there is a documentation on which how we can develop the adapter if we want. So
oh,
that's what I'm going
okay.
to say. Yeah. Yeah, there won't be any requirement for developing. So what happens is there will be two things. So one is application related adapters, like different applications like Amazon application or Azure cloud related applications or Google related applications or these Microsoft related apps, these Oracle related apps, uh, different kinds of Oracle applications, and then the SAP, Salesforce related app, like that, different applications in the market, wherever, whatever will be coming into the integration scenarios. Like most of them, we already have the adapters. Like even these Twitter, Facebook, like those kind of things as well were already present. So apart from that, if for any application there is no adapter, right? So we can make use of these technical things like uh, there will be technical adapters like FTP or the REST adapter or the SOAP adapter, right? So any application, any new application that came into market, like it's an industry standard, right? They will be hosting a web service. We'll be using technical web service adapters and connect to them, right? Like that. These database, FTP, file adapters. Using all these technical, we can connect.
I'll ask one quick question. So in OIC, we have 113 adapters, standard one, is it?
Yes.
And other things are, if there is any other thing, we will be using SOAP or REST APIs.
Yeah. I mean, that includes this includes all of both the application adapters and technological adapters. Like either FTP. I mean, if it is a separate application, we call it application adapter. So if it is related to a technology like FTP is a common technology that can be used across any kind of integration, any kind of application. Similarly, file based, like and then the REST application, then the SOAP we have, like all these kind of things. Using these technologies, we can connect to any external application. Right? Yeah, but this 113 includes all of them, all the technical and application. That's what I
Okay.
mean.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And yeah, don't worry about this count. Whenever there are these, I mean, this is a pass, right? So this is managed by Oracle. Like, what are the different things that we see here? The main platform. So let's say tomorrow, if any new application has come in and that has become popular, maybe Oracle will develop the application. I mean, develop its own adapter, and it could bring it as a pre-installed one, and then this count might be increasing, right? So don't worry about this count, but how we should say is like for all the applications, we already have the adapters. So that's how I can say. All right. So yeah, is it clear, Shiva, Revati?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, but good to hear, good to see the questions. So yeah, that's the kind of capability that OIC has, right? As I said, if it's any other middleware, that's a different story. So, and just to show you any, I mean, this is a place where we'll develop the integration flow. Again, how the integration flow will looks like is also like anything tech. It's just like this visual flow will build. I mean, here it's a straightforward flow, but just like this, any other use case. And okay, yeah, like this, it will our OIC development will look like this. So there will be different actions that we can perform. We'll talk about all these things in detail. But yeah, it starts from something, and then once it started, next the flow goes to something. Here they are doing some database call by mapping some data, and then they're waiting for some time. And then they're doing some mapping to return the response. Here it's a simple one, but there can be like nested flows, there can be conditional flows, right? There can be fault handling things. Yeah, there are multiple things to it. We are going to discuss all of them in detail in our course. But yeah, the major thing is you don't need to have any programming knowledge. Don't need to write even single line of code. You will have different options that you can perform. You can simply drag them and drop it on the designer, and then simply use it, configure and use it. Right? That's how it will be. Yeah, uh, that's a major advantage and that OIC provides, and very simple to develop any kind of integration use case. See, I would like to stop for today. The course content and all I can discuss tomorrow. So just to summarize, right? So what we have discussed today is so we started like from the very basic level, how it used to be in the earlier days, and how the cloud has evolved, right? And what are all the different common use terms in the cloud, right? On-premise and cloud. In the cloud, if they're just giving infrastructure, we call it IaaS. And then if they're choosing a platform to develop something, we call it PaaS. If we are getting entire software, we call it SaaS. Right? And remember, in our entire course, right, we call it like this. Whenever we call PaaS, uh, I mean, in our applications that we are going to use in our course, right, we call it OIC. Right? We call OIC as PaaS. Similarly, whenever I call SaaS, that refers to Fusion Cloud application. Right? These are the two main applications that we are going to use, right? So I can call it for remembering and understanding. Fusion or SaaS, OIC or VBCS, all those things as PaaS. Right? And then we have seen a detailed difference in all these things. And then we have learned how the Oracle Fusion Cloud application has evolved. What are the different functional domains that it offers and different modules inside each functional domain. Right? And then the need for integration. What is the basic need for integration? We have discussed real world use case and then these functional, the actual enterprise related use case. And then what are the different options in which the integration can be done? Right? Out of which OIC has a major advantage because of which we choose that. Right. So, and then we have a short walkthrough of OIC, like how the instance looks and how we can develop and what are the different capabilities it provides. So yeah, that's for today, guys. Any questions related to anything?
Aris, are we done for the day? I'll go ahead and stop the
Yes,
recording
yes.
then.
Okay.
Just a moment.